Oh, good evening, everybody. How's it going? Just finishing getting things set up, then we should be all ready to go, I think. Just gotta get the combo we need for the first race, which is the Cayman at Croft. If I could find where the Cayman is. I'm being very stupid. Right, Cayman GT4 ClubSport. There we go. Croft. There we go. Cool. Gonna be pretty interesting. Dealing with the extremely stiff Porsche suspension at a pretty bumpy track that doesn't really allow much margin for error. Gonna be interesting, that's for sure. Bit of a snap there. Wherever my previous Ghost was. Don't know when I would have done that though, but it sucked. So. Evening Slayer, how's it going? I think every of this car is out of the box really here. I think it's probably one of the tracks I'm most comfortable at on the whole schedule. Love me a bit of Croft. It's ironic given that in real life this is one of the furthest tracks away from me in the country. Oh. Chance of me ever going to actually watch racing up here? Probably pretty slim. Even less to do racing up here. Watching almost falling asleep, Aaron. Maybe me cruising around at the back is what you need to drift you off. I'm pretty good with this though already. Those bumps that are killer. Good morning. I guess if it feels like morning, I guess it counts. But hey there, how's it going? Oh, there you go. Just woke up morning enough for me. Fair enough. Oh, a bit of a slide there. Ain't too bad though. Slowly improving the lap times. A little early there. Yeah, maybe not. Been a while since I checked. Usually miss shoes and things, so I just skip to the starting of races in the VODs. Fair enough. Bit of a disappointing ending, but last week's top car race was pretty decent. Top cars have been pretty interesting so far, actually. With the longer races with the pit stops. Finishing 4th out of 6 cars, especially with starting in the front row. Yeah, my performances leave a lot to be desired this season, but in terms of action, there's been a reasonable amount. This Porsche series has been a little dull, I guess. I don't think a terrible amount has really been happening, but the top cars have put on a pretty decent showing, I'd say. Hoping I can maybe get a bit more excitement in the Porsches tonight, because I'm hoping that I can maybe actually be a bit of a factor. Deep in there. It's cost me. Yeah. It's way ahead of the ghost. Now the ghost is back through me. Still not. Going back to default liveries. I was planning to make some, but I didn't really get the chance to at the start of the season. I can't really remember what was going on back then. Been a weird past few weeks. Kind of crazy to think that we are 7.5 months into this year already. Like, holy shit. 2025 is blistering by. Like, it still feels... Ooh, that's a bit of a dodgy line. It's distracted by the ghost. Okay, look at that, though. 10th. That was still a pretty shit run through there. 2 tenths up. 2.5 tenths up. Like, it still feels like I only went and picked up the car the other day. But I've had that for, like, almost 5 months now. which is kind of crazy to think. Too long, just need to pause posting stuff online too. How you been finding that? Just out of curiosity. Like, I'm still doing the same things as before. Just, I guess, without the more community-facing parts of it. There's a big clear stuff just not posting online. Fair enough. 26s. Well, hey. What's the time actually? It's basically server time. Okay. Which fuel do I need? I've basically just been doing laps, which I think that's a good sign. I need enough 15 minutes though, so 15 minutes should do me handsomely. Good to know. More motors get more interactions than when I was posting videos. Do be like that sometimes, but it does depend on what you're sort of interacting with. You know, interacting on like a post from a well-known content creator, you kind of, there's gonna be more eyes on it. Regardless, sort of thing. And I guess even for smaller people, though, smaller people sometimes feel more obliged, I guess, to respond. I don't know if obliged is maybe the right word, but it kind of like, oh, this person took the time to you know, interact with my content. I should at least give a couple of seconds to acknowledge that. VTuber clips I vote the rest usually. Fair enough. Ooh. Random thing actually. I don't know if you've seen anything about this, but I've seen it's like really patchy implementation at the moment, but I've seen YouTubers trying to roll out some kind of community thing. I've only seen it on my phone. I haven't seen it on the browser app. But it seems like random people could just post shit, and it sometimes appears in your sub feed, which is like really weird. And like, and like, it seems like most of the big content creators who have it enabled don't realize they have it enabled, which is funny. But like, YouTube emailed me, I saw, so I went on my Google to like reset some passwords for some stuff that I hadn't logged into for a while, and they were like, oh yeah, hey, we want you to be part of the community's trial. And it's like, I probably won't get any interactions, but like, I don't really see the point of it either, though, because at the moment I don't really understand what it's all about, especially given that I can only see it on mobile, And on some channels, I don't really see any way to easily access it. But the fact that it's putting, like, random people's posts on, like, sub-feeds, it's just, like, that's a bit, to me. Like, I'm subscribed to people because I want to watch them. I don't give a shit what other people have to say about them. Not subbed to any shows with this account, so fair enough. I'll be honest, I'm subbed to a few channels, but I don't really interact with many channels anymore. I'll occasionally see a video from them and be like, oh, that looks interesting, I'll watch it. But, yeah, I don't know. Seems like a bit of a weird feature to add. Because YouTube used to have... There was one point in time many years ago where YouTube tried to be more of a social media platform, right? Because you could actually, like, private message people and stuff like that. But nowadays... But then they, like, kind of backpedaled on that and were like, nah, we don't care about that. Yet now they're trying to integrate this communities thing, which is like... What is the end goal here? I don't know. But it would have been nicer for those content creators if they actually gave them more of a heads up that it was being enabled, so... A dedicated site that auto scans YouTube for links so I could see things I find interesting. Fair enough. You could DM people on YouTube? Early 2010s? Yeah, in the early 2010s, yeah. I think it was still enabled up into, like, the mid-2010s. I don't know when they got rid of it, but I'd say back in, like, 2015, 2016, maybe even 2017, you could still do it. I might have gotten rid of it when they killed off Google Plus or whatever it was called, that shitty social media platform they tried to make that nobody used. I can't remember. But yeah, I do remember that was definitely a thing at some point. So I had a couple of messages on there. Yeah, a couple of people did private message me on YouTube back in the day. Probably the most infamous tale of that was that I had covered some... So there's a period of time on my channel where I used to just browse, like, websites like GameChart and itch.io and, like, play, like, random free crap that came up that looked interesting. And, it was just fun. I like doing that. I still do that every now and then nowadays. It's just cool to do. You get to see some cool little projects that people are working on. They often don't have a lot of substance, though. So they're kind of just like one-and-done affairs. But, you know, they're fun little things that people have clearly poured time, effort, and passion into. You just kind of have to accept that they'll probably never be finished, most of them. But yeah, I played this one game, and I uploaded it to YouTube. So I, like, recorded myself play it, and I uploaded it. And the guy who made it actually messaged me and was like, hey, I saw you played this like demo game, and it was like, I've actually gone and, like, completely reworked it into another game that's like the same thing but much more refined. And he's like, if you play the demo of that on, like, on a video, I'll send you a key when the game comes out. And, like, me was like, hey, free game, I ain't gonna complain. I play a free demo, I get a free game. I did that. I uploaded the video. Motherfucker never sent me the key. But now those message logs are, like, lost to time, because obviously you can't look at the DMs anymore on YouTube, because they got rid of them. There may be still some way somewhere, but I don't know. 500 IQ move, yeah. At the end of the day, I didn't really lose anything, because, you know, I thought the game was pretty fun. It was just a more refined version of something I'd already played and enjoyed. But it was just like, I kind of felt backstabbed by the guy. So when the game actually came out, I never bought it. I was like, yeah, this game's kind of cool, but like, nah, I'm not. I didn't even really lose time, because like I said, I enjoyed playing the demo. And, you know, there was every chance that I might have just found it on my own and played it on my own anyways. They're like, oh, hey, look, guys, this thing I played months ago, it's new, it's better. Look at this. So... But it was just kind of a bruh that it was like... This guy had approached me with an offer that he then wasn't willing to offer. Or honor, sorry. Like, sure, if he'd, like, set, like, some targets for viewership or whatnot, I'd be like, yeah, okay, whatever. Like, if I couldn't meet those, you know, I mean, small weedy ass channel. Whatever. But as far as I'm aware, there wasn't anything of this. It was just, oh, just play the game and I'll give you a free copy. I don't know how many more people he did that to. But, ooh, bit wide there. You know, like, even if he was just like, oh yeah, hey, I saw you enjoyed my game. I've actually, like, redone it, and, like, you could check it out if you want. You can check out the demo if you want. Then, like, I would have had no problems with it. I would have been like, oh, that's cool. I'll check it out. But the fact that he was like, oh yeah, you know, I'm gonna give you something for doing this, and then didn't, it was like, Fuck you. Asshole. I think the only... I haven't really done much, like, sort of collaborative or promotive work for other people, though. Promotive? That's not even a word. Promotional. I think the only other thing I've really done that I can think of off the top of my head is when the For Fun guys reached out to me and were like, hey, I mean, I guess technically all of these SRS races are, to some regard, but that's not the reason why I did them. I did them just because I wanted to, sort of thing. But the For Fun guys are like, hey, like, you know, you want to do like a time trial, it's like a cross promotion with like your Fiesta series and like us, and I was like, random, but sure. Oh, I guess I did join the Thunder Crew guys a couple of times, I think, in some of their Thursday races. At least one of them was live streamed. I can't remember. What else? But yeah, besides that, I don't think I have really done any, like, explicit collaborative work. But it is kind of neat when those opportunities do appear every now and then, even if they are like small things. If it's fun, it's fun. Whoa. I butchered this time, but I'm just kind of driving. Anything back? I put 1 extra liter in just to be safe. Oh, almost 6 tenths ahead. Holy shit. I wasn't expecting that much. Don't know what Batia can do though. Cheers for the luck. They get a good start. I did not get a good start. Could maybe outbrake Yari, but that didn't really work out. Open, but I sort of had to sail the bumps. That didn't really help me out. Always slow into here, holy shit. That didn't really work out too well. Cars glide down so much over these bumps, it's crazy. Like, try and shadow them out, throwing yourself off too much. Ooh, 25, holy shit. It really do go burr. He's going wide. Nobody helped me out too much there. This put us pretty close coming through here, though. It's a bit all over the place, though. On the exit. He's actually lost ground for Phil. It's surprising. Jesus. It's way slow into there because you got a big wobble. Should be setting my aim quicker. It's just so hard to find a way past. Well, there's a big squabble from him there, but not really a spot where I could do anything about it. Gonna get a good run down here, though. Let's see. Give me a little bit there. Shucks. A good run. Where can I go with it? Nowhere is the answer. It's definitely weakest through Sunny In, but I just can't get the opening I need. Oh, I bonked him. Shit. Oh. Damn it. Bollocks. Yep. Just basically impossible to pass around here. The one part where I had the biggest strength over him, it's just I can't really make ground. Because he's just there. Oh well, half the race to go still. Good old AC collision physics being my friend once again, though. Cooked a bit into there, but well. That start though, man, I got the start so wrong. Guess the goal now is to do my best to be not last, but that's going to be easier said than done. So I don't like LFM. Really tried LFM. I'm not massively interested in it. I don't dislike it though, as per se. $24.9. And I'm trying. Believe me, I am trying. And could have had a win. I've blown it all up. So he ended up 4th. You're not wrong. You're not wrong, but god damn it. This is contract backing up with a last place finish. Hell yeah. I guess in summer season it's probably in full swing by now though. That's probably why the numbers seem more diminished. Oh my god. It's not good. Yeah, I'm basically in full sim mode at the moment. I have nothing to lose, really. Can't go any further back than this, though. Fumbled that lap, though. Probably fill in with here. I might start fighting, though. God, this car just bounces all over the shop. It's crazy. Wow, this is great through there. I mean, actually, we didn't lose that much time, so it's fine. It's time to push on Phil a bit more though, because he knows that I'm coming. Phil made a mistake there. Help close this battle up even more. I make a pass though in this final lap. It's gonna be tricky. I'm gonna help if I do shit like that though. Riding on the bloody curb. Whew, yeah. Oh, I got too quick through that. Brain's fading. To do is pick the space that is rightfully yours. Well, rightfully mine, it's currently 4th place. I put myself here. Dive bomb Mattia. I'm going for it. I fucked it up though. That was my only real shot, but I had to try. Had to try. GT, GRT, I can't fucking spell. Ah. Sucks. Balls. Had to send it. But it wasn't enough. Actually, I guess kind of rolling back a little bit. Speaking of LFM, how is LFM for AC doing now? Are they still pulling reasonable numbers, or...? Because I know it was, like, hyped up a lot. But, like, I basically haven't heard anything about it since then. I've heard more about shit like No Hesi than I have about LFM on AC. So did it not make that much of a splash in the end, or...? I don't know. I fucked that start. That was kind of the crucial thing. I needed to get it right. I guess maybe LMU took that audience. Maybe. Yeah, I thought I could maybe get him here, but just, yeah, so much bouncing. It's possible to do. And that's where I realized he was pretty slow through here. At least relative to me. People keep telling me I should buy LMU, but I don't know if I want to. Because I'm not convinced I play it very much. And it's already kind of pricey. These cars just didn't have the grip, really, for me to be able to, like, comfortably just absolutely send it. I'm not sure it's for you. I don't really care too much about GT3s, but I mean, I would be interested to give the prototypes a try. I don't think I've actually driven any hypercars yet, or any proper hypercars yet in Sims. I've technically driven the 963 and Live for Speed, but it's a mod. And Live for Speed wasn't really built to handle hybrid hypercars, so kind of a more simplified version of it. I do like R Factor 2 though, but some of the cars I feel are weakest in R Factor. Yeah, I was hoping I could maybe get something here, but just there was again no space. So much of a difference, but no space. Yeah, the problem is though, is I feel R Factor 2 is some of the weaker content in R Factor 2. It's actually the official newer content. So, yeah, I would assume AC doesn't really do the hypercars justice because you don't have, you wouldn't be able to do everything properly. Because like the hybrid in the modern hypercars is more of a substitute for the power rather than a power additive, because the cars are strictly power limited. They have like a maximum upper power. So the hybrid more substitutes for ICE. So it's like purely for economy really, rather than like actual performance. And go further on less fuel. But like in AC, it's built around the Formula 1 system. So it's more performance orientated. Quick YouTube search, LFM AC, more minus AC first non-hot lap video is a TCRS. God. That was like hardly a touch. But yeah, it's just like, I had so much speed on him every time into this section, but these cars just didn't have the grip to make it work. But that little touch is all it took. Spit the car out. Into the grass and give me a 10-second penalty. Wouldn't have been so bad if it weren't for the penalty, but I guess that's cross for you. Then yeah, I had to just spend the rest of it just clawing back. Still got it very wrong up here somewhere. There's after you race from that. Yeah, AC things really at the end of the day. Yeah, big wobble there. That's what really helped close me up. Back at these guys, yeah. Maybe not actually, no. I think it was this lap. He has another big wobble somewhere. Yeah, if I gotta give Racing credit for anything, it is that its netcode is pretty good. The time I spent racing on that, I didn't really have many problems with the netcode. It was more everything else. Well, it was mainly the driving. Just did not get along with the driving. Yeah, another big wobble there. Close Mattia right up behind him. I think he gets another one here somewhere. No. That one was just enough to let me close up. Just a little enough. No, I was just pushing like crazy through here. It was working. I was actually up on this lap, I think. But you can't see here. But, you know, positions mean more than lap time. Kind of got slowed up by Mattia a bit here. I was like, fuck it, I'm just going to stick my nose up and see what happens. Either I scare him shitless and I get the place, or I don't. I didn't, so I think I scared him a little bit, though. Well, it's just annoying, right? Because I totally would be down to play Race Room so much more if the physics was just fun. But it was like, as much as I enjoyed doing those races with the SCB guys, they got more sweaty. And when they got more sweaty, I had to push harder. And then I was like, I'm just not having fun anymore. Just driving the car, I'm not having fun. It was like, I mean, we did like, what was it, MX5 Championship? And there was a couple of races there where I was like battling up front. And I was like, realistically, I should have been loving it. You know, I was fighting with the guys towards the front end of the field, but I was not having fun. I was like, this just is not enjoyable. And then after a bit, I tried like a couple more series. It's like, oh, maybe it was just the MX5, and I was like, no, this ain't working. SRS results. But yep, quick tour through the results. Pretty close on lap times from everyone. 125.3, 125.3, 125.1, 124.9. So I was faster, but not by a massive deal in the end. Only by about, I guess, 4 tenths is... it's about 2 tenths in the end off of Mattia. Interestingly, Yari got an incident point, I think, for that little scrape. I'm not quite sure how that worked out, but... yeah. Obviously, me the biggest loser, Yari the biggest winner. Everyone gained 1 place bar me, but he gained... well, he jumped me off the start and ran away with it, really. Had I have beaten him off the start, it would have been mine to lose, I think. But, yeah, he nailed that start and... yeah. Overall... ooh. Only 1 point separates Mattia and Yari at the moment. That's pretty saucy. I was about to say it was a lot further apart, and yes, it was. It was because Matteo was dominating, but he's not here this week, unfortunately. So that blows this wide open. Me and Phil are maybe a bit too far away to make anything back, but it's 2 points between the two of us, so our little battle rages on. That's his best result of the season so far as well. His first podium, 2nd place. That's a good result for him. And yeah, let's flip the championship on its head. But yeah, pop car time now. I guess we gotta get some practice in for that. Get some laps done. Okay. Top cars. Where are they? Mondeo, yes please. Red Bull Ring. I did actually change the bottom bit, didn't I? I did, okay. Felt like I was going crazy. I need to quickly use the bar, so we're actually gonna load a setup and then just let AI Steve go and do some laps. I'm gonna load the Algarve setup. because I think this track is kind of similar. That's just my guess. Let him do his thing. And I will be right back. Wait. Okay. Hit the old restart button there. Oh shit. I gotta quit the session, I guess, because old AI Bob is still driving my car. He's stolen it. Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay. It's actually current. Let's put the full 50 liters in. See how that goes. Then we can see about changing it. And a pro tip to any other competitor watching: do the opposite of whatever strategy I'm talking about. That seems to be the winning move every week so far. You know, if I'm on the wrong strategy again, I think I'm just gonna do the final 2 races in the Fiat, because why not? It's the closest thing we have to a Ferrari. I suspect this might be a bit more of an aggressive race on the tires and fuel, though. And maybe a pit stop is the play. I have to get a couple laps on the board to see. Pit stop is kind of long here, though, I guess, so, Hard to say. ClubSport. Nailed that fucking curb. Oh dear. Jesus Christ. Touch me forwards then. Not want to turn. It's not been terribly friendly to these longer corners. Yeah, everything depends on whether it's to cut turn 1 or not. Yeah. That is very true. Ooh. A little wide there. It took a couple laps, and it feels like the car's starting to come into its own a bit more around these turns. Coming good. We could maybe do a little more rotation at the rear. To help pivot the car around a bit more. I think I can do this from the car. Yeah, let's try that and see what that does. Better. It's kind of shit. Okay. What? Dead. But it's gonna be fun. The tires don't want to work. Okay. But this tire's still down. Did you remember to register? I am registered, yeah. Unless you're saying you're checked and I haven't registered. But I don't even think you have an account, so I don't know how you do that. Unless Donnie didn't register last night. That'd been terribly unfortunate. Not detected. I'm in hotline mode, so I can't actually try and pit properly, but we can. Oh. See how long it takes to drive all the way through. That's kind of long. I actually don't know how long it is on other tracks, or it was on other tracks, but I clocked that at around about 47 seconds. It's like a really rough estimate of the pit time. But maybe it'd be worth it here with the I think the tire deg will be a bit higher. I don't know. It's tricky to say. Let me quickly run it around, do some little tweaks here and there. About 25, about to 26, 25, 24, 6. Just to keep you happy and check. I am definitely registered. We're good. If you don't floor under acceleration, don't push too hard in the corners, it could work. What, no stopping? A more extreme setup idea. Oh. I hope I didn't outbrake myself. Depends on the fuel use. Oh. Ow. Quickly stuck it up to full. And that's saying it will last you about 43 minutes. So, realistically, not really gonna have to fuel save much, I don't think. Fuel save a bit, but not like a crazy amount. You see, I would have thought that last week. But then, Mateo absolutely blew everyone away with a no-stop, or with a stop strategy. And, but no, Mateo, so easy win. Well, I didn't win last time. I got stuck behind Yari for the whole race, burnt up my tires, and then lost to Mateo after I got a lag spike. Goldfish memory, we don't remember that. Look at my tires at the end, they're gonna be complete shit. Doing that's not gonna help. Definitely not the best at the old tire management. Jesus Christ. Oops. Oh, it's race time already. Shit. Didn't get the little twang. Come on. Load. Damn it. Yeah, this is a tricky one, though. Yeah, let's just give it a shot here with the full fuel.
Skins checked, nothing new, carry on.
Trim out the wing. Drop that by one. And then add one here. I want to see how this drives with a full tank. Oh dear. Just all over the fucking road. Maybe I could try last week's setup, because I think I raised last week's setup a little bit. Autodromos. Forgetting what TMM must do. Should give the car a little more height, because I feel like I'm bottoming out a lot on these curbs. 53. I think I want the longer gear ratios though. Tires 24, 25, 25. I think 25 on the front, 26. Full tank. Drop wing. 59. Take that out, see what we get. Is qualifying, but we're going to take it more as practice because obviously in a longer race, qualifying doesn't matter as much. Make sure we have the best race car we can under us. Definitely not one of my strongest tracks either, so gonna add a bit of an extra spanner into the mix. I mean, range is over now, but I don't believe that. Is an Apex system on the track? Yep. Jesus. Oh. You know what? I'm gonna try something really dumb and see what happens. Oh, Matthias spun into the wall. Oops. Oh dear. Christ. It's definitely a bit of a Hail Mary run here, but we'll see what we can do. Can't see him the final corner. It's not really ideal, but oh dear. Oh, okay. Gonna add an extra. Where am I going? Yes, I set 26, 26, 25, 25. Back to back, first to last challenge. Yep, you know it. Just for luck, I'll need it. You know what? Start game has not been on point recently. Oh, good, yeah. It's a bit too chicken through there. God damn it. I wonder if Matthias trimmed his car out a bit after last week, though. Because he was dead on the straights last time. The initial outlay here is not looking particularly good. Also, my tires somehow keep getting colder and colder. I'm not quite sure how that's happening. I thought I'm absolutely pummeling them, but I guess not. Well, if I do that, though, I am. But maybe it's good that they're cold, because then they can survive more. More slipping and sliding. Oh, that's not good. I got that wrong big time. So through I go. I shot that a bit. You got a big snap. Team Phillip aren't stopping, and this is going very well for them. Yeah. Yeah. You'd be right. Watch out, there's a Brazil flag on 4 wheels behind me. Not fully wrong there. Hoping that their fall off later in the race, if they're not stopping, is pretty bad. Because this is kind of a Hail Mary setup, really. I basically just took all the downforce I dared off of this. And said, fuck it, let's go. So far, not too bad, I guess. We got the lead, and we're slowly inching away. Here, peg toad spin while I'm gone. I'll try not to, but easier said than done. But Tia's actually having a go at Yari, though, which is pretty crazy. Oh, that's way wide. Not ideal. Yari holds on. The interesting thing with this series, though, isn't it? It's pretty hard to tell what exact strategy people are going on until things shake up. And it's probably pretty obvious by now what I'm doing, but for the others, it's a bit of a toss-up, really. I'd have to assume they're saving, but I don't know if Yari is necessarily. He bolted quite a bit at the start. They're fighting and you are not bidding it. Maybe there is a chance, yeah. That's the problem, though. I need to keep up this pace of a car that increasingly wants to go sideways. Which isn't particularly ideal, if I do say so myself. Nailed that curb there, Jesus. Corner cuts only count in quality, yeah. It's not helping me, though. Bouncing over those sausages is not doing my lap times any favors. Oh shit. It's a bummer. I never assumed you would have a time penalty. Yeah. Not wrong. 36. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I need to get my head back into the game. I'm fumbling the bag big time now. I'm mildly beginning to get worried that maybe I'm the only one on the non-safe strategy, and at which point I am really screwed. Find out later on, but setup might not be helping me as much as I'd originally hoped. It was kind of a, like I said, it was a bit of a Hail Mary idea, though. It either works really well, or I die miserably. Neither has really come to fruition yet, but we'll see how it goes. I do definitely want to start picking up my speed again, because I have been lacking it these last couple of laps. Those two have dropped fill, though. It'd be interesting to see. I'm absolutely destroying these tires, though. We are 15 minutes in. I gotta make this car go another 10, really. Not go for that cap so much. Really threw away a lot of lap time there. It's a shame because it was a pretty decent lap, all things considered, up until that point. Back into the 34s. That's more like it. Bit late though, but better late than never, I guess. Need to at least beat Phil, I guess. We don't want to finish last again. Actually on the track into the last corner. They probably gain a lot of time. 34 again. Tires are hanging on better than I thought though, which is a little bit of a problem. My setup might be helping with that. I don't know. I would have thought not, but who knows. A 35.0 isn't great if he's not hitting, but we'll see. I have a feeling though that Batia is probably going to win this race. I have a gut feeling. Well, I'm stopping, so I'm going to give up the place. I'm not fully convinced this strategy is going to work unless something crazy happens. Unless he's pitting as well, then that works out great. So I have a nice buffer over those two, but I think with the buffer I have built, that would imply the opposite. Yari might pit, but even if he doesn't, he's still in the jaws of Mattia, so he's got a long way to go if he wants to hold him off. Mattia is likely saving the fuel he needs if he is fuel saving in the slipstream as well. Then he can just pounce later when he wants to get by. Oh, I don't see Yari on the track. I think Yari's stuck for the pits. He has. I know exactly where that puts him. No. Jesus Christ, that was not good. Saved it though, so we are fine. But it has cost me a bunch of time. Put an extra liter in just to be safe in the pit stop. It's kind of killed my confidence though. Well, that was not good. I don't actually know where my pit box is. Is that it all the way down there? It is. Tia assumes the lead. I can spin now. Why? I nearly did just spin. But don't worry, for your sake, I saved it. Bill's not that far ahead, actually. It's pretty big. And I'm ahead of Yari, even with that big slide. Good. Now the big question is does Mattia pit? If not, I need to be pulling in like a second a lap on him, I think, so... More, actually, arguably. Hard to say. Watching my phone while I'm gone. Ah, okay, guess you did see me nearly die then. I put quite a bit on Yari, though. I'm surprised. I don't think Phil is pitting. Whether Mattia is or not is a different question. I want to say he's not, though, which does complicate things quite a bit. Hey, at the moment, I'm tracking for second place at worst. So I am counting that as mission success, relatively. Of course, we're going to try and see if we can get that win. But, don't quite think I've had what is needed to make that happen. Burn off some of this early fuel though and get these tires up and working. Being said, had I stayed out a couple laps longer, maybe I could have jumped Phil coming out of the pits. Which would have been ideal. But, well, did I get past him on track? Yari is nowhere to be seen in my mirrors, though, which is good. We are running it a little tight on fuel according to the predictions, but I think we should have enough to make it. Here is 20 seconds ahead of the line last time out. I think ideally we need to be clawing back 1.5, 2 seconds every lap, I think, to make that work. Which I'm not quite sure we're going to be able to do. But again, we'll try. Of course, priority 1 at the moment is getting past Phil. Here is doing 35s though, so I need to be doing like 33s. Easier said than done. The 34.5 is alright, but it's just not quite going to cut it. Be staying too long behind Phil. Can I get a good run on him? I think I am. Actually not going to get it done. Which is not good. Downforce setup not really helping me through there. It's gonna cost me 34.9 for Mattia though. Oh, Phil's losing it. Oh, he's going into the wall. That's unlucky. Terribly unlucky. It's cost me. That is an F indeed. About a second to Mattia though. So yeah, I think if Mattia is fuel saving, he's won this race. If he's not, then this could be interesting. He can hang it out quite a bit more. I could have hung it out quite a bit more, actually, on the fuel, but I don't think he could last terribly much longer. So if it gets past the 10 next couple of laps and he hasn't come in, then he's definitely fuel saving, which is a big problem. But coming out second place, if we can hold on to this, again, I'd say that's relatively mission success. I wasn't coming into this race with a whole lot of confidence. So being able to put together a campaign is good enough for second best is good enough for me. I'm not really pouring back enough time. I think he would have pit by now if he was going to. So I need to keep the Brazil's Finnish minister behind me. And we'll see. But unless something catastrophic happens, there isn't really any feasible way I'm finding the time I need on Mattia. His tires would have to completely expire and have him spin, I think. Give me a chance. $34.6. Yeah, no, he's just getting faster and faster. I think a heavier car would have been a death sentence for me. Because the fuel tank's more towards the back in this thing. You can see with the setup how much I'm wobbling around even on low fuel. Having a bigger pendulum at the back. Whee! That would certainly not be pretty. Still 10 minutes to go though. Anything could happen. But I think, yeah, if he was gonna pit, he would have done so. So he's definitely staying out. Because I think I had about enough fuel in half an hour. And I came in at the 25-minute mark. Worrying that the tire drop-off would have been more aggressive than it was. But when it came to pit, my tires actually were just starting to lose a bit of grip. Oh, that's not ideal. Neither is that. But I'm at least streaking away from Yari and Phil, so that's a positive at least. I think second place is in the bag unless I fuck it up. Like that. Luckily I was paying attention. Must be cruise around here. Feels like it's getting kind of hot again, which is kind of annoying. So it was cooling down today after having a bit of a heat wave over the weekend. But my god, how was that Goodwood on Saturday? And because I'm kind of in the middle of a heat wave when I went, such a dry heat that, like, I've never seen it so dusty before. It was crazy. Like, all the cars and stuff were just caked in dust up the hill. 36, Jesus Christ, I got that map pretty wrong. So Yari picks up the slack, so I need to re-pick up the slack that I dropped. But yeah, like, holy moly, the dust. Especially on the off-road paddock. With like the off-road arena. It was just dust. All of the cars. Like some of the other cars around the main area weren't so bad, but like up by the dirt arena, whew, all of the dirt cars were covered in like just a layer, visible layer of dust. Minutes to go. Not a great lap time again, but at least it wasn't another 36. Oh, bit of a lag spike there. It was just about faster than Yari though, so good enough. Matthias seems to be cruising up ahead though, so I don't think I'm going to have much of a threat to him. Wrong, but it's okay. Minutes to go. Yeah, all the gaps are pretty steady at the moment. The wheel. So I hope that I could tip my hands off the wheel for a bit. Yeah, he's dropped back to the 36s though, so it makes my life a bit easier. Just a little bit more on the fuel and tire wear would have made this a lot more interesting, I think. But maybe everyone would have just pit, who knows. laps to go. Fuel light is on, but we got plenty of fuel. Okay, final lap here coming up. Ooh, a little bit sideways. Oh, it's not ideal. Oh, Phil got past Yari. Yari must have made a mistake. Crazy stuff. Ooh. On paper, that seemed like an easy second place, but in reality, it was anything but. Whew. That was definitely something. Might want to add Ferrari Strapman as your middle name. I don't know, actually. While I didn't win, I don't think I was gonna win this week anyways, to be honest. I had a general... Yeah, I wasn't particularly confident in general with this combo. So... I think had I have tried to manage it, it might have just ended up like last week, where I just faded like crap in the last couple of laps. But here, at least I had a big margin. Again, my starts today were not good. Let Yari jump me in both races. At least you can actually overtake here, but definitely zoned out after the pit stop. Not a lot happened, really, from my end, and besides catching and having Phil Bennett before I could pass him. I'm surprised though, I wasn't getting, I don't know what aero Yari was running, but I wasn't getting as much of a benefit as I was maybe hoping for off the trimmed out downforce. Yeah, I think the summer holidays are in full swing now, so people are kind of off doing other things. Same pace was just dragged out, yeah. Yeah, the less cars you have, the more you rely on them being closely matched. Yeah, I tried that and that kind of shot me in the foot more than anything. Fields are more filled elsewhere. But are they more filled usually anyways? That's the difference. Yeah, he blew that one big time. Ooh, big snap on the exit for good measure too. I'm pretty deep here, but I think the line he took didn't really help him much either on the exit. He got close enough to get a run out of here. My rear wing was at 2. What was your front at? So I was running 0-1. I guess your rear wing at 2 probably did mean that I wasn't getting much slipstream or on the curb there as well. 1 in front. Ah, okay. Yeah, I took it. I had like 1 and 4, I think, and then I just ended up saying, screw it, I'm going to gamble on taking it basically all off. I didn't take it all off, though. I left the 1 at the rear, just because I figured the car would probably start spinning. Because, yeah, I was struggling to find a good balance in the car here. Definitely not one of my strongest tracks, this one. Basically, mid-tier's personal DRS for the first half of the race. Yeah. Yeah, I bet he was loving that. I don't think he had to save much fuel anyways, but it was probably helping him out even more. And also, yeah, probably helping him lose less time on the straights. I don't know. I think he was definitely more trimmed out as well, though, this week compared to last time. Because last time he was, like, at most he was hopeful on the... hopeless on the straights. He couldn't do anything. Yeah, I think he learnt his lesson a bit here. And took off some downforce. Probably still more than what we had, though. We'll repeat what conversation? What? Did I say something? I don't know. But I think nothing much really happened here, I don't think. How did the fill though? Oh, actually, there was a bit. We did try and overtake. I don't think anything happened really, but he did try. He stuck his nose out there. Didn't quite get anything. Got close again here. At this point, though, I was thinking that maybe both of you were fuel saving and that I was screwed. But typically it is, though. That's just a fact. People are more likely to go outside and touch grass during summer. Ooh, bit of a little break there. So it's like other places have more, sure, but they probably had more to begin with. You'd have to look at the relatives compared from now to, like, the winter months. Or VR people, yeah, exactly, yeah. People in VR, they don't want to... I mean, I've seen in, like, other communities, some people have straight up turned around and said that they're not going to be racing over the summer, either because they're on holiday, or it's too hot and they don't want to do it. You know? Whereas winter, it's cold and nobody wants to go outside. So they waste it all playing video games instead. Oh, big wobble there, though. That sits. Sets up. How much wing was you running? Out of curiosity. Hey, lifted off there. I'm going to assume less than last week. Probably still more than what Yari and myself had. 0.5 this time. Okay. Yeah, it was definitely more. He had 1.2, I had 0.1, so... What happened to Phil, though? He dropped like a stone at some point. Unless he pit? Okay, here it is. No, he didn't pit. Because he really lost the ground. I guess he spun... Oh, yeah. Oh, he knocked the curb. Tried 0.3, had too much rear wear. Fair enough. Honestly, I was expecting wear to be a lot higher than it was. When it came for me to pit, I'd already just hit the yellow mark on my tires. I did have a really sketchy moment before I came into pit, but I think that was more just... That was probably more of a me thing than anything. Just a couple laps to like pit. Trying to get a PB last few laps. Yeah, I wasn't really confident in the balance of the car. And I was worried that if I hit the same issue I had last week of like the tires healing over towards the end, that like I would just spin and lose everything. So I was like, screw it. I'm going to take off all the wing and just go for the pit stop and see what happens. Yeah, where was it, though? One of these corners. I think it's here. I get proper sideways. Don't know what I was doing. Ah, over the curb. But you can see, it just didn't want to straighten up. Yeah, I dropped the back wheel off the curb, I think, and that was enough. Luckily, though, got it, and I didn't cook the tires. Tires were running surprisingly cold for me, actually. Which meant I could get away with sliding the car a bit more. But I thought maybe this is the right time. I was planning to pit soon anyways, but I thought this is probably the right time. I got that a bit wrong, though. Where was Yari, though? Yari came in the lap before, I think. Oh, he let you through, it seems. I thought I was going in the wall, though. When I came in the pits, I was like, uh-oh. Oh. Oh, he had the same. Oh, well, maybe not quite the same. But he had a snap also. Yeah, rear ends went. I guess we probably did have more rear wear than you had, though, so I guess it makes sense. Especially him with his one on the front. I think taking it down to 0 probably helped me, because the car was trying to pull itself around less. But yeah, he pit a little bit earlier than I was thinking, but it was around about the time where I was planning on pitting anyway, so I thought, yeah. On top of the, like, nearly dying, thought I might as well. But to my surprise, actually came out not too far behind Phil, because I am going already. I largely kept the gap back to Yari. Now we're going to jump forward a bit. I'll sort of catch up to him. And I caught up, but I didn't really have enough confidence to go for the move here. Kind of just stuck behind him through here, which didn't help. Especially given how trimmed out the car was. The dirty air was not helping me, but then we went and had a bit of an oopsie. Just give him that curb again and lost the rear. Oh, just avoided the wall though. Oh, lucky. But obviously that put him down to plumb last. Especially given that we had to kind of avoid Yari getting back on track. However, I thought that would have been it. But something happened. Oh, is that him pitting again? No, actually, I would have just been taking the pigs. Never mind, I'm stupid. He dropped back to last place. I think he must have spun somewhere. Oh! Oh, you ran out of fuel! Oh no. How much did you run in total then? I'll be honest, my fuel numbers are running pretty close up until the pit stop, so I put a litre more in than I was planning to. But I finished with about, I think I started on 37, pit for 16. So that would have given me 53, I think, overall. And it said I had about 2 litres to spare. Well, it was like probably about 1.5 litres to spare, I guess, in the end. Oh yeah. I duck in for a splash and dash. Oof. Yeah, 53 was more than enough to get me to the end, I think. So, but it had to have been running less than that, I would have assumed. Oh, void. Yeah. Oh, Mattia. Cruising to the victory. Went for 28 laps total, forgot to add 1 for the faster drivers. Yeah, I think this check showed who was on top of their car and who wasn't. AKA, Mattia was, everyone else wasn't really. Yeah, I had a few wobbles, you had a few wobbles, and Phil had a couple of big wobbles. Sort of playing around with things a bit. Take a look at the results, though. And I'm going to shake up the championship as well. Of course, yep, Mattia takes another win. No incident points across the board. Just clean. Myself in second. Overall fastest lap. Yes. Pretty close best laps all around though, which was kind of the damning thing. Mattia was really not slower enough. I mean, he's pretty much matching our speed. It was actually faster at the end, really. I think as we faded a little bit. Yeah, 34.6, 34.4, 35.3, and 34.7. Yeah, Phil's lap times are kind of more about what... Ideally, actually, had Phil not have spun, I think he might have put together a much tougher... Or had those two spins, I think he might have put a much tougher fight up for second place, even. He's 22 seconds back at the end. But yeah, this is the position jumping around there a bit. But yeah, overall points. Of course, it rejigs things a bit. Matteo, unfortunately, of course, not here this week, so he gets bumped out. I jump Phil, I believe. 3 points ahead. I scored 3 more points. Yeah, I think we were tied last week, so I do pull ahead now by 3 points. First podium of the season. Isn't great. Mattia, though, looking pretty strong. 3 wins out of 4 races. Other one was a 3rd place, so... Yeah. Assen next week, and then it's the wild card at Le Mans, or Second de la Sarre. Ooh, actually, there's only 5 points between myself and Yari, so that's pretty close also. So the top 3, or 2nd, 3rd, and 4th are all pretty close. But I don't think any of us are really going to be challenging Mattia unless he misses around. So, is what it is. I wonder if no stop is possible. Well, I'll leave you to try that. I don't think I will. Because yeah, if you get caught with your trousers down there, it's a long way back to the pits. But I don't know, maybe. It really does depend, I think, on where the lap times are going to play out. What would be really funny is if a pit stop, or if a no stop would be possible, if everybody took a no stop. But if, say, like, one person went for a stop, then it would, like, sabotage everyone. Because, like, maybe they could, like, get the extra lap in. That would be really funny. Whether that actually happens or not, we'll see. But, yeah, every time you go past that pit wall, it's quite a way until you meet it again, so... It all depends on how far we're going to stretch beyond the 45 minutes. And I think this will be the most throttle-on track as well that we go to. Even in terms of, like, relative percentage. So... It'll definitely be the hardest to make it on fuel. And the most risky. Whether it's possible, you'd have to run the numbers. And even then, you probably still wouldn't really have a good idea until the actual day. But who knows? We'll find out in 2 weeks' time. You still do hangouts after streams? I mean, I'm never against doing one. But I haven't really over the past few months because of varying reasons. But not against picking them up again. But yeah, I think that is pretty much all for this week, really. In terms of the stream side of things. Next week we've got Thruxton in the Porsches, and then Assen in the Cup cars, which will be, both of those should be interesting. We haven't raced Assen in quite a while, so it'll be interesting to have that back and see how that plays out. And Thruxton is, well, Thruxton. For Monday's series, they're at California Raceway main course. I see California Raceway. The RC track. Oh, Willow Springs. Okay. Right. Be honest, yeah, I've missed every single round of the Monday series so far. I wasn't intending to, but I have, again, for a variety of reasons. Admittedly, this week I was somewhat tempted because it was a Bisu, but I did kind of just forget. So, oops. I don't own the car, though. So I'd have to go and buy that. I also don't own the track for next week, so I have to go buy that too. So maybe I'll just call it this season on that side. But yeah. Again, I think this is where I don't really have anything else to show, so I think this is where we will wrap things up for the evening. Yeah, I'm going to probably be hanging around on Discord for a bit afterwards. If you want to join that, then by all means do. Otherwise, thanks everyone who came around the chat, thanks everyone who raced. And yeah, I'll see you around next week. Which I guess that'll be week 5. It's like getting thinking for something again. Oops. Always sneaks up on me. But yeah, I guess I'll start thinking about that as well over the coming days. Won't be a long race series next week, or next season, sorry. I don't want to keep spamming them, so probably be one on, one off, or long race, short race, long race, short race, long race, short race, sort of thing. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. But for now, yeah, that's all. So thanks everyone again. Adios.